Hello everybody, welcome to the first video of senseicolonelmathematics. This course is going to be differential equations and linear algebra, and I do have a lot of hope for the future of this account, the future of this series, and the future for all of y'all. So today we're going to be covering episode 0. Who, what, why, and how. Who am I? Who is this course for? What is this course? I don't even know what a differential equation is. Don't worry, I'm going to try to explain it. Why am I doing this course? And how this course is going to be presented and how you can be the best student you can. Let's get right into it. For some preliminary shoutouts, I just wanted to say thank you so much to Dr. Kirill Sischanka and Dr. Martin Brown. God bless you too. Thank you so much. Martin Brown wrote the book that I'm reading to learn this stuff. He's probably a very, very smart, gifted genius man. Kirill Sischanka is a professor at the University of Texas at Austin. He's also amazing. Thank you both so much. I hope the best for you, and I hope your lives are going amazing. Oops. Okay, so who am I? I am an engineering student. I'm going into my sophomore year in a couple months. It's summer break right now. And so basically, my formal education consists of nothing other than a high school diploma. I've also taken college calculus 1 and 2, and I also did some vector work, some rudimentary linear algebra in an engineering physics course, but I did enjoy all of it, so I do like math and physics and that kind of stuff. I also really enjoy accessible education. I've noticed that as we've gotten older and older, I feel like they teach everything more and more the same. And so I'm sure that the style of lectures and homework and stuff like that, the way that professors usually present it, is very great for some people. But I'm sure there's also some people who it doesn't work too well for. So I'm hoping that I can maybe try a different style with an approach to this. Because I am 19 years old. And so I know a lot of other people who are taking this course are probably also like 19, 20, 18, like in that age range. So it might be more palatable to hear about this stuff told to you from someone your age than a 73-year-old tenured professor. Maybe. We'll see. If you like it, then thank you. So what is this course? What is differential equations with linear algebra? What is a differential equation? So a differential equation is basically when you take a function and its derivatives and you examine how the function changes over things like time or space. And yeah, it's usually just time and space. And so these things are very useful, and I'll explain that a bit later. And it actually might be some of the most applicable math that you learn in college. So moving on to what is linear algebra, that might be either very scary to hear or very easy to hear. I took algebra in middle school. Of course it's going to be easy. It could be easy to you, it could be hard. Everybody's different, right? So basically, linear algebra is basically math for vector spaces. I'm going to elaborate on what a vector is when we do get to that part later in the course. We have quite a bit of Diffie-Q to cover before we get to linear algebra, but I'll cover it thoroughly there. And the linear mappings between these vectors, like within this vector verse, it's something that you need to have good visualization skills for, but I'm sure you can learn it, and I will do my best to help you with that. Before that you guys start the linear algebra portion of this course, there is a playlist by a very, very brilliant YouTuber named 3Blue1Brown. I believe that's his name. It could be 1Blue3Brown. I'm not sure. But he did a thing called Essence of Linear Algebra, which is a very beautifully animated playlist covering all the basics of linear algebra, and it's gorgeous to look at, even if you understand none of it. His voice is very nice to listen to, and it's so beautiful to look at. But yeah. So why do I need to care? You said differential equations are going to be applicable, so what? Differential equations, whenever you're looking at these functions and their derivatives and how they change over time, you can examine very important things that are crucial to our world, like population growth. Population growth is huge. You are part of the population, whether you like it or not. Your parents are part of it, your kids are going to be part of it, your beautiful wife is going to be part of it. So you need to know about population growth. If you're an engineer, probably if a lot of y'all are taking linear or Diffie-Q, you guys are probably going into more like a STEM degree. Or not, I don't know. And so the heat equation also has to deal with this. It's also a differential equation. So yeah, what's linear algebra? Why do I need to care about that? Linear algebra, basically when you see applications in the real world. A lot of y'all love Minecraft, I'm sure. I love Minecraft. You love Minecraft. We all love Minecraft. But so the graphics in Minecraft, it has to deal with a lot of stuff to do on XYZ plane. It's a 3D game with 3D graphics. The entire study of graphics, even 2D, when you go into those kinds of video games and stuff like that, it is very good to go into it with a knowledge of vectors and linear algebra. So if you guys want to go into game development and you guys are like game artists, I used to make games myself in high school and I loved it. Linear algebra can really help with that. So yeah, lots of great uses for this stuff. Lots of reasons to learn this course, even if you don't have to take it. And it'll be a lot of fun. Trust me. So this is the catalog of the episodes. I'm not going to go through all of them because you can just pause and read them. It's okay. So lots of topics. Each episode will cover a different topic. Yeah. And you might be, while I'm blazing through these slides with like a ton of episodes on them, you might be thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, senseicolonelmathematics, there's too many episodes. I'm so scared. It's okay. I'm also scared. I have to make these videos, and I'm also really nervous. But I'm going to get them done, and I hope you watch them too. So why am I making this course? Basically, the thing is that so differential equation and linear algebra separately are two very important classes in college. But it is very rare to find them together, DiffEq with linear algebra. I'm taking DiffEq with linear algebra next semester. And I wanted to prep now so that I could have like a more chill semester, right? But I noticed that the resources on it, I could either find a huge playlist dedicated to DiffEq or a huge playlist dedicated to linear algebra, but finding it both together in like a nice, concise little YouTube playlist, I was having trouble doing that. So I do want to fill that niche and occupy that niche because there's so many you can watch like Gilbert Strong's playlist on both DiffEq and linear algebra, but he doesn't have. I think he has a book for both, but yeah. So yeah. Also, another reason I want to do this is because I really like teaching and teachers and stuff like that. I feel like teaching is the noblest profession you can have. Good teachers changed my life. I hope you all have also had great teachers too, and I want to be a teacher myself. So yeah. I wish to help others who are also in those colleges that offer the DiffEq with linear algebra course and are having a bit of trouble finding resources and aren't really clicking too well with reading the textbook. So basically, just to clarify, the way I'm doing this course, because I'm sure you've heard me say that, yeah, I'm a high school graduate, I have no degree or anything. How I'm doing this course is I learn each topic, and as soon as I learn it thoroughly enough, I'll make a video on it. Basically, to sum it up, I'm reading the textbook so that you don't have to. Because, God bless Martin Brown, but usually reading any math book at all can give you a headache. Just to be blunt, it can be very, very boring. And there's a lot of choices that a lot of these authors take, like adding a random constant in there that doesn't make sense. And you can get really frustrated and aggravated, spending a lot of time trying to figure out why did the author make that choice. But there's, yeah, you'll know what I mean. So yeah, and so when I mean on this thing when I say wish to educate myself is, you know, there's a chance I'm going to get a lot of stuff wrong in this playlist. I'm going to do my best to make sure that everything is correct. But if not, then, yeah, you need to know something quite thoroughly to be able to teach people about it. And so, worst case scenario, if every single video in this playlist is utter nonsense, it's garbage, it's trash, I single-handedly sabotage like 10,000 people's entire math careers and made them fail the rest of their lives, at least I learned a little bit more in teaching the content. So maybe that's a little selfish. It is a little selfish, but that's the worst case scenario. So I also do want to learn this stuff very thoroughly for myself, right? So yeah. Next, how is this course going to be presented to you? Basically, within differential equations, within every episode, there will be a few topics, and which each topic I present, there will be an example that I also give with it. For example, in episode 1, which comes after this, which we covered first order differential equations, what I'm going to be doing is, so there's basically two halves to that unit, which is like homogeneous differential equations and non-homogeneous, right? And so there's two ways you need to look at that, or two things you do with those, where you need to find either the general solution or the particular solution. So there's going to be 4 parts to that video with 4 examples. First part is going to be how to find the general solution of a homogeneous equation. Second is going to be how to find a particular solution of a homogeneous equation. And then yada yada yada. So you know what I mean. Yeah. So how do you as a student succeed? Right? So I will have my email open. And so I also hope that as students, I'm also a student, to be completely honest with you. And there will be times when I do get things wrong, and you guys will have to be my teachers, right? So my email is open. Please feel comfortable to reach out on the email. If you have any questions about how to do the math, please reach out to me and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. I'll do my best. And please, 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 if I get something wrong, do not hesitate to criticize me. If I get something so wrong that it completely breaks the foundation of math and it's an insult to the mathematics community itself, and I get it so that wrong, then you can even send me an email cursing me out and being like, oh, senseicolonelmathematics, you bleep, 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 and you're super, super mad. Please go ahead. I will take your criticism seriously because I need it. I want to be a good math teacher. If I don't take it seriously, then I'm dooming myself to be a bad teacher, right? So, yeah. My email is open. And honestly, if you guys don't even have questions about math, if you have something like completely different, like, I don't know, you're just starting out college and things are getting to be too overwhelming or something like that, you can also reach out to me for that if you just want somebody to talk to, right? Because the truth is to be a good teacher, you do have to be a secondary family or family member or friend whenever the situation demands it. And so, if completely necessary, do not be afraid to solicit my services in those regards. So yeah. So going back to what I was saying, I'm also learning this almost parallel alongside you guys, just 1 unit ahead. And so this is a journey for all of us. I hopefully won't make mistakes, but if I do, then I am human. Some things might be more frustrating for you guys, and in that case, there are other videos that cover a lot of these topics by such geniuses as Mr. Black Pen, Red Pen. I think Professor Dave covers a lot of this stuff too. 3 Blue, 1 Brown, again, brilliant guy. So if I'm not cutting it, if I'm not making the mark, there are lots of other resources for you on YouTube for those kinds of topics. But yeah, I do hope that all of y'all enjoy this series. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for me making it. And yeah, thank you.